Hey guys, Stephen here. We're going to talk about that breaking news. Yep, Eric Garcia has confirmed to Pep Guardiola that he plans to leave Manchester City Football Club. That's obviously bad news. It's obviously not good if you are a fan of Manchester City Football Club and you had a lot of faith in Eric Garcia. He's basically told Pep Guardiola that he doesn't plan to extend his contract. So we're going to talk about that in this live video. I thought I'd just jump in a little live video and chat to you guys about it all, because that's quite a shock, really. I mean, it's not a shock and a shock at the same time. No one really expected it just to come out and say that before a Champions League game, but it's going to happen. Hello to everyone joining the stream, by the way. Hello to everyone there. 229 people. Get those likes up to help us during this somber time. Yep, it's absolutely gutting according to Car, and I probably agree. Hello to everyone joining in though. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. And we're going to discuss all this. We're going to say what we need to say and get it off our chest. And obviously I'll do a proper video later and discuss it during the match preview, which will be coming later, by the way. But now I just wanted to talk about it directly with you guys and just chew the fat a little bit and see how we all feel about it. Hello to everyone joining in. Hello to Michael, to Harry, to George, to Joe Wilkinson, member there. Hello very much. Hello to everyone else joining in. Hopefully we'll enjoy this and discuss it together. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments. I will read your comments. I'm going to spend the next 3 or 4 minutes just giving my take on this, my hot take on this news, so to speak. Also, while I'm doing the hot take, I want to see those 300 concurrent viewers turn to at least 150 likes. Can you do that for me? I'm sure you can do. But my hot take on this is, of course, this is very disappointing. It's definitely disappointing. It's a big blow. The quotes, let me just find the quotes. 1 second. Basically, I've lost them. 1 second. Let me find them on Twitter. They'll be here in a second. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Basically, Guardiola said he announced to us that he doesn't want to extend. He has 1 more year, and after that, he doesn't want to extend. We want it, but he doesn't want to extend. So I imagine he wants to play in other places. So yeah, Eric Garcia has had his head turned by Barcelona. All those likes going up there. Thank you very, very much, everyone. 400 people watching as well, so I want at least 200 likes. It's the least you can do. So Guardiola has said that Eric Garcia wants to move on. We all know he wants to go to Barcelona. My initial thoughts is, on a personal perspective, with Garcia, you kind of can't really blame him to an extent, I guess. I mean, he is a Barcelona fan. He's got a chance to walk into that team, given the current state of it. And sometimes you kind of just want to go home. I'm going to try and look at this briefly for the next minute or two from the emotional perspective of a young lad in Eric Garcia's shoes. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't love Manchester City Football Club. He might really like it here. He might really respect it. But maybe, just maybe, now he wants to go back to Barcelona. He's a local Catalan lad. He's obviously very attached to that club in general. And maybe it just means something emotionally. I'll get on to more thoughts. Naz has just said, Naz, thank you very much, pal. I appreciate the chat revenue. Thank you very much. I like Eric Garcia, but he's certainly not going to be a starter. He's short and he's slow and not strong. He clearly knows he won't be first choice. Nazar, maybe you're right on this. Maybe you are right on that. We'll get onto that a little bit, but it's a very good point, Nazar, so we'll see. I'll go back to the emotional side of it. I think Maley might be thinking, right, well, Barcelona, my boyhood club, I'm going to start there regularly. Maybe he just wants to be near his family again. You know, there's a pandemic going on. And I'm sorry, I know personally, I'm 34 years old and I miss my parents. I see them every now and then from a distance, but I miss my parents. I miss my family, even though they're around the corner. Now, imagine, right? You're a young lad and your family all live in a different country. Maybe, just maybe this is a personal thing. Maybe he's just possibly craving going home. Maybe he just thinks during this time, and I'm sorry, but my priorities have changed in this pandemic world. I want different things to what I wanted 4 or 5 months ago. Maybe, just maybe, he thinks, I want to play for Barcelona because my family are there, I support the club, and it just feels reassuring to be at home near my loved ones. That's not an unreasonable suggestion. So you kind of think maybe his perceptions just changed. You also might think, well, it might be for personal reasons as well as professional reasons. Maybe the professional reasons are that he just looks at Ake coming in and Koulibaly coming in and he thinks, well, I'm going to spend an awful lot of time probably as 4th choice next season, which for a player of his age, admittedly, is pretty good anyway. It is good. We can't deny that. We can't deny an 18-year-old lad. How old is he? Is he 18? Eric Garcia, is he 18 or 19? I've forgotten how old he is. Eric Garcia is 19, sorry. He's 19 years old. Being 19 and being the 4th choice for Manchester City is very, very good. But maybe he thinks he'll be 2nd or 3rd or even 1st choice for Barcelona and he just wants that instead. So I reckon we've got to bear in mind the current climate. Maybe, I don't want to put words into his mouth, but I can understand potentially where he's coming from. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. It's frustrating, definitely. Having said that, from our perspective, now, you all know how much I rate Eric Garcia. I've talked about him an awful lot on this channel. You can really rate someone and also have question marks about a player. I've also been always very open about potential deficiencies in his game. I've always been a believer that as good as he is intelligence-wise and as good as he is in terms of a leader and as good as he is in terms of reading the game, he definitely lacks physical attributes. He does, unfortunately. You can't deny that. I thought there was times when the games we lost that he played this season where he definitely looked a little bit slow. And I thought, I wish he was a little bit more faster. I wish he was a little bit stronger. I wish he had more pace. And I wish he could recover a little bit better. There were a lack of physical attributes. He's also one of the weakest in the air defensively in the Premier League. So there are question marks whether he would develop that physicality to be very useful. I don't doubt his ability as a footballing defender, but I doubt his ability when the back's against the wall and teams are throwing the ball into the box, or you've got someone like Jamie Vardy running over. I do have some question marks about him. Now, he might have turned into this super intelligent defender that could read the game, but there were question marks is what I'm trying to say. Michael Smith, thank you very much, Michael Smith. Seems weird as he allegedly left Barcelona because the club was unstable. It's worse now than it has been for a long time pre-Guardiola. That is true, Michael, which makes you think Garcia is a very intelligent lad. We all know he's intelligent. Everyone who's played with Garcia says he's very, very intelligent. So why is he doing this, Michael? You might think, well, if he's leaving now despite Barcelona being unstable, is it one, because maybe he thinks he won't get much game time at Manchester City? Two, maybe despite Barcelona being unstable, it's still his literal boyhood club. I would play for an unstable Manchester City. Three, the greatest player of all time is still there. Maybe a couple of years with Messi is enough to really go, well, I played with Messi. Four, is it what I was just saying? Maybe he just thinks, I want to go home, I want to go home, and I'm 34. I would kind of love to be living with my parents right now just so I could give them a cuddle, you know what I mean? I miss them. Maybe the pandemic's changed this perception. We forget that footballers are humans. We forget that there are a million different things that... it's not always just about the level you're playing at. You've got to bear in mind, as much as Barcelona are a mess, he's still playing for one of the biggest clubs in world football, if not the biggest club in world football, if he goes to Barcelona. So we got to basically... consider the bigger picture. It's so simple to go, but City are better than Barcelona, so why does he want to go? But then you go, well, what does he think personally? What about his family situation? What about the fact that it's his boyhood club? What about, even if Barcelona are shit, they're still better than most clubs in the world? What about loads of things? Now, it's obviously bad for us, but we have to consider that footballers aren't just quite as simple as we think they are. Footballers do take the whole picture into account. They do have feelings. They do have personal situations and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that's what's causing it, Michael. Guys, by the way, there's 643 people watching, which is absolutely loads. Hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like, even if it's bad. And let me get... I'm at 37,900, by the way. 2 videos ago, I was at 37,300, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you, everyone, for subscribing to the channel, helping it go up. This is interesting news. It's worrying news that we can't keep these young lads, but maybe, just maybe, he was never going to be a Premier League player anyway. A lot of people are asking about Tosin Adebayo. Personally, now, I'm not saying he'll have a better career than him, but I think Adebayo could be more suitable to Manchester City in the Premier League than Garcia, potentially. Nazar, once again, Nazar, thank you very much. Him chasing Aubameyang looked hopeless. He might work in Spain, but the Premier League is rough and requires players like Ake who are fast and strong. I have to agree. I thought he looked, in terms of physically, hopelessly out of his depth, chasing down Aubameyang. Now, I'm not saying he has to be as fast as Aubameyang, but if he's not going to be lightning quick, you kind of want him to be maybe super aggressive. He's not super aggressive. If he's not super aggressive or quick, you kind of want him to be a physical beast, and he's not that either. There are clear flaws to his game, and I think we are a little bit easier to get at when he's playing. So, and in Spain, that's not a problem, This isn't a league known for rough and tumble. His technical ability is fine. It's more than fine. And I'm not saying he couldn't learn these things, learn how to make up for his deficiencies, but Manchester City love to play a high line, and largely Garcia ain't that good in a high line. That's how I feel about it. I'm not saying this to slander him. I'm just trying to be really realistic about his overall ability and his overall suitability to Premier League football. we have to be aware that it's very difficult. It's very difficult to be a centre-back. I saw this stat the other day that basically Ake is one of the worst defensive headers of the ball in the Premier League, and Eric Garcia is like below him, unfortunately. So aerially, he's very, very weak. Garcia is good, as Kung Fu said, but is he going to be a world-class Premier League centre-back? That's the question mark. I think largely Ake is a better footballer because he has the same aerial issues, but Ake is more aggressive and Ake is faster. So I think largely Ake will always be a little bit of an option there. Tosin Adarabioyo for me. A lot of people have asked about this. Adarabioyo for me would 100% be the one to bring back. Adarabioyo will be... I think Adarabioyo was really, really good at Blackburn. I think he impressed an awful lot. He's got a lot more physicality. He looks confident. He could do a good job at fourth choice centre-back. And he's just a big physical lad who supports Manchester City. He wants to play Manchester City. I say he supports. I don't think he grew up a Manchester City fan, but he's been in the club like since he was like 8 years old or something like that. So of course he's a fan by proxy, if that makes sense. So I think it makes more sense. Honestly, I think it makes more sense. Give him a go, and we could be surprised. By the way, 720 people watching and 308 likes. Get that to 400. And also, I need 29 more likes to get to 38,000 subscribers. 29. That's 29. Yeah, that's 29. So please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. As everyone will tell you in the comments, which is that side, this is a good Manchester City channel, hopefully, and we'll all get there. So we'll get there together, and it'll be 38,000, which will be absolutely fantastic. Mojis, signs of becoming a big team is losing young players. See Chelsea losing Salah and De Bruyne. Mojis, that's a perfectly... it's a solid perception. The better you get and the more young players you get at a high level, sometimes you're going to lose some of them. We have to make... we have to be realistic about these things. We have to be realistic and admit that situation. Will lose some big players. Joe Wilkinson, watching Tosin, he likes to play those diagonal balls like Laporte. He does indeed, and he's getting better at that. I really like Adarabioyo. I think people are sleeping on him because he looked a little bit raggedy at West Brom, which is fine. It took him a while, and he looked a little bit like a Bambi caught in the headlights, a big lanky guy, but he's stronger now. He's getting much more strong, and I think we're going to surprise a few people. Genuinely, don't sleep on Adarabioyo. Abdiraham Bularo, thank you very much, pal, for the question, and also the super chat hero. Have you heard that City are having a meeting with Napoli about Koulibaly? Keep up the good work. Well, I'll keep keeping up the good work. I'll try my best for you to keep making this content. I hope you're enjoying the live streams, by the way. I'm enjoying them. I think YouTube likes them as well. YouTube, I swear, is showing my video to more people because I'm doing live streams and it's longer content. And also, I swear, we're just having more fun together and I'm getting more subscribers. So thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying it all. Back to your question, Abdi Rahman. I've not heard that personally, but I do buy into the idea that Manchester City will just get it done. I think if Garcia goes and we get... For what it's worth, by the way, I think we should try and get 20 to 25 million for Eric Garcia out of Barcelona. If we get that, I mean, that's just some more for the transfer fund that will go towards Koulibaly. If Eric Garcia goes, Guardiola will be like, cheeky mate, you've got one job. Get me a fucking centre-back. Get me a centre-back and get me Koulibaly right now. You've just got 20 million. Go and put it on Koulibaly. And I think that's exactly what will happen. I think Koulibaly will be a Manchester City player. I think it's like 75 to 25% in City's favour about Koulibaly. No guarantee, of course, but I do think we'll get him through, and I think I'll be very happy about it because Koulibaly is a much better player than Eric Garcia, which is, of course, not a slight on Eric Garcia, but we have to be realistic. One more like, by the way, for 400, and 25 more subscribers to get to 38,000. Can we get there to 38,000? It'd be wonderful. The subscribers are going to massively, by the way, so thank you to everyone. But we have to be realistic about this once again. So will Garcia start against Real Sanjid? That's a very big question. I genuinely thought he wouldn't start this game anyway before this happened because I felt like you'd go for experience. And I guess this is maybe just, further... it's further weight to this cause. I think he'll go for Fernandinho personally, and I think that would be probably understandable. A lot of people talking about the age of Koulibaly, and I think we realise that we'll get 3 or 4 years at the top of him, and hopefully that would be enough. Ayush, MCFC, thank you very much, pal. Hero. Cheers for the City content and for being a top lad. Well, I try my best, and cheers to you for being a top lad. Do you think Harwood-Bellis will get some more minutes next season? If we recall Tosin and sign Koulibaly too, it might be tough. Harwood-Bellis, by the way, I think is much more suitable for the Premier League in the long term. I do agree that Harwood-Bellis probably isn't quite as mature yet as Garcia, but at the same time, Garcia is freakishly mature for his age. Harwood-Bellis, though, is a little bit faster. He's definitely a bit bigger. He's definitely going to be a physical specimen. He's going to be like a John Stones kind of build, I reckon. Not John Stones, sorry. I meant John Terry kind of build. He's got to be that kind of stocky centre-back kind of build. Very John Terry-esque in terms of physicality. And I think Taylor Harwood-Bellis is much more suited. I don't think he's quite the level of like... if you imagine like Football Manager, you know, you have potential ability like there. And I think Garcia is a lot closer to his higher potential, current potential. But I think Harwood-Bellis, with a little bit of luck, maybe his potential could even be higher, but he's further off it, if that makes sense. I think we have to be a little bit more cautious. And he hopefully could get the games. Maybe he'll go on loan, but maybe he could be the one who gets those games. Or maybe you're right. Maybe if we recall Tosin and San Koulibaly, he might just be a little bit too tough. We'll have to see. Robert, thank you very much for that question. Tosin for fourth choice centre-back. Robert, I would 100% go for it. I've said a few times on streams and videos recently and on Twitter, my dream centre-backs for next season. Now, picture this. You've got Laporte alongside Koulibaly, which is just physicality, pace, strength, leadership. Imagine that, Robert. It'd be absolutely wonderful. Then you've got Nathan Ake as his backup. Loads of experience, pace, and left-footed as well, so he's backup. And Adebayo as Koulibaly's backup. Adebayo will be learning from Laporte and Koulibaly. He'll get plenty of game time. Adebayo's 6'4". He's actually pretty fast. He can pass it. That would be my perfect situation. I think he'd be absolutely fantastic. And then Adebayo could also rotate every now and then with Fernandinho if needs be. Do I think it'll happen, Robert? Probably not. Do you think Manchester City should throw caution to the wind and go for it? 100%. I think we should make it our priority to give Adebayo a chance. He was excellent for Blackburn. And I think he could surprise a few people. I think he could be a very good footballer, and I want to see that happen. I want to see him at Manchester City. I want to see him Tosin Adebayo learning alongside Laporte, Ake and Koulibaly, because I think it could be the best of all situations, and we could surprise some people with how balanced it could be. We have to be calm about this. I think this could end up being one of those situations that benefits everyone. City could end up getting 20, 25 million for Garcia, who might never reach Premier League top-class level as a centre-back. He might reach a top-class level as a footballer, but as a Premier League footballer, it's a different kettle of fish entirely. And we could also then, I guess, Barcelona could get centre-back that benefits them. A lot of people just say, talking about Stones and Otamendi, Stones is a good bet to maybe stay if this happens. I think that's probably fair. Out of the two, Otamendi and Stones would 100% be my choice to stay. Stones frustrates the hell out of me, but I can't deny that he's got probably a better all-round game when he's feeling focused. And obviously he's homegrown as well, so we've got to be realistic and think maybe, just maybe, he could get another chance. By the way, 21 more subscribers I need to get to 38,000, 20 more. So if you've got any spare accounts lying about, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll be absolutely appreciated. So getting some more subscribers on the go, it'll be great. 38,000. Let's get that ticket to change over during this stream. Nazar, thank you once again for the question, Nazar. I don't think we've had a strong centre-back pairing at City since the takeover. The only time I remember a world-class pairing was Laporte and Kompany. That's probably a very fair comment, Nazar. Largely, we've had some very good centre-back partnerships, but they've been very brief. Do you remember, Nazar, the start of the 17-18 season? For a brief period of time, Stones and Otamendi were fantastic together, but it only lasted half a season. And then we've had people alongside Laporte looking quite good. Kompany never even played that regularly alongside Laporte either. It constantly changes, doesn't it? Which has been very, very frustrating. But you're right, you know, Koulibaly and Laporte would 100% be a world-class partnership. I would really want those two together. I want just basically a settled back line for like two or three seasons. Is that too much to ask? You know, it feels like our defence changes all the time. Vinny Lescott was class. Actually, Robert, you know, right? I actually agree. Vinny and Lescott was absolutely quality. That was a world-class defence. I know people go, what, Lescott world-class? No, it was the combined partnership that made him absolutely fantastic. But he didn't last very long. Omar, I logged into my wife's account and subscribed to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I want Manchester City to have a settled account, a settled centre-back partnership. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? 16, by the way, 16 guys, 16 more subscribers. That's all I need, 16. Surely there are 16 people watching this who aren't subscribed. So in that case, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And also, I'm only 30 likes off 500. Make sure to get it to there. It would be wonderful to get to those milestones during this video. Back to the start. If you've been joining in recently, you won't really know my take initially on the Eric Garcia situation, so I'll go back to that in a little bit. I'll talk about why I think maybe he's leaving. Once again, my hero there with the unicorn. Thank you very much. Love you loads, pal. Code Blue, as you formerly known as. Back to the Ake thing. The Garcia thing. I said at the top of this video that I believe one of the reasons that Garcia could be leaving is not because he thinks Barcelona are a better bet, just maybe he might just be a little bit more comfortable there. Alfie, thank you very much for the subscribe, pal. You won't regret it, I promise you. Maybe Eric Garcia will be happy back in Barcelona, around his family, around his loved ones. It's a pandemic, priorities change. Sometimes you just want to be somewhere closer to home and feel a bit more comfortable. And I've got a feeling it could just be that he wants that, He wants that. Meanie Mo, thank you very much, Meanie Mo. Meanie Mo says, I love your name, by the way, Meanie Mo. I thought Garcia was weak in the air and a bit slow, to be honest. We need a true leader next to Laporte who was a natural defender like Vinny. That's probably fair, Meanie Mo. You are allowed to say Garcia is a quality footballer. He's a quality footballer, but he is a bit weak in the air and a bit slow. Meanie Mo is not wrong there. Meanie Mo reckons we need a true leader next to Laporte who's a natural defender like Vinny. I think Manchester City know that, and I think they agree with that, Minnie. I think Manchester City want Koulibaly to be that person. I think Garcia was probably going to be fourth choice next season, behind Koulibaly, maybe behind Laporte, and maybe even Ake. So maybe he's like, I want to be second choice at least. And at Barcelona, he will be second choice, Mini. So maybe you're right there. He is a little bit slow. Going back to what I was saying previously, I do believe... oh, by the way, 5 more subscribers. I need 5 more subscribers to get to that 38,000. 5 more. Got you. Get your hidden accounts out and get me 5 more subscribers. It'll be absolutely wonderful. 500 likes as well. Thank you very much. Michael Smith with the comment here. Thank you very much, Michael Smith. Football IQ is the key attribute for a centre-back. Ledley King was a top free centre-back in the league with 2 effed knees. My brother met you in Tesco once, said you were a sound guy. Oh, thank you very much. I remember meeting someone in Tesco, Michael. And it was who I think it is. He was a sound guy too. Football IQ is definitely a key attribute for a centre-back. I agree. Ledley King definitely had bad knees. Ledley King was taller though and better in the air. I would say that. IQ is definitely hugely important, but it also helps you with a bit of pace or good in the air. So I'm not disagreeing with you. It's definitely up there and it's hugely important. But I do hope we had a little bit more from a player, a defender. OG DeBaby, great name, OG DeBaby. Michael, once again, thank you very much for the support. OG DeBaby, Boubacar Kamara, new Raphael Varane, but quickly, he's defender of the year in the French league. OG, I'll be honest, mate, I know very little about Boubacar Kamara. Is he that good, everyone? What does everyone reckon about OG's comment? Boubacar Kamara, the new Raphael Varane, but quicker. That's a huge claim, mate. I would, if he's that good, get him in, pal. Get him in. That would be very, very good. AD's not taking it very well. Don't be horrible about Garcia. He's a young lad who wants to go home. LG and Kyle saying, hello, Stephen. Otter and Laporte tomorrow. You reckon? I don't think it'll be Otamendi, but, maybe you're right. Maybe I think it'll be Fernandinho. Maybe it will be Fernandinho. We'll see on that. Maybe it's Otamendi. Maybe you're right, pal. Oh, we've done it. Apparently, we've done it. The subscribers are about to change over. It's gonna tick over any second. I'll refresh it and get that going. It's a sub count. Let me get it. Let me reset that. Where are we at with that subscriber count? Come on, subscriber count. Tick over. I want to see it tick over. It's gonna. Oh, it's not done it. Come on. It'll tick over soon, but apparently we are at 38,000. As soon as it goes up, we'll have a big party. Moji's asking, if it's not Koulibaly, then who? Well, Moji's... allegedly, Diego Carlos is the one from Manchester City. Allegedly, he's the guy that we want to get through. If it's not going to be Koulibaly. And I understand that Diego Carlos is fast, he's strong, he's had a standout season over in La Liga, so maybe that would make sense. We're still looking at Pau Torres, allegedly. Maybe it'll be Milan Skriniar, the Inter Milan defender. After that, I'm not really sure who it could be, you know. It could be someone really left field, a little bit different, but I don't really know who it could be. So we'll have to basically wait and find out. I really want this subscriber count to change, by the way. I'm just checking the real-time count to see if it's going to change for me. Change subscriber count, please. But it's not changing for whatever reason. The little bastard. But who knows who it could be. He is quick. Who's quick? Basara. Is that about Boubacar Kamara by any chance? But back to Garcia. I think we have to respect his wishes during this very weird time. I think it's more personal than we realise. I think it's not just about football reasons. I think largely it's just one of those cases where it's we have to accept it, unfortunately. Congrats on 38k. Thank you very much. No, yes, I'm delighted to get to 38k, but it's not refreshed over yet, which is annoying me. Emojis. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for being you. Oh, thank you. What a very nice comment, mate. Says the pair with the mirror there. You're all lovely. You're all absolutely lovely. I try and be me, and you guys help me be me. So thank you very much, Majis. You're a hero. Thank you very much, Majis. Really appreciate the support. It means Pep isn't extending. Russell, that's quite a claim. I don't think it's that at all. I think Pep maybe just hasn't made any commitments to his future yet. I think Guardiola, I think he'll stay. Contrary to popular opinion, I think if Guardiola gets a bunch of young players coming in to build the next side, I think he'll want to stay. We'll see on that front though, won't we? I don't think we know Pep's going to extend yet, but we'll have to wait and see. Alex D, thank you very much, Alex D, for the question. Hey, Stephen, love your content. Keep it up. Sending love from Brisbane. Oh, Brisbane, all the way in sunny Australia. Hope you're well, mate, in Brisbane. Thank you very much. Upsetting news about Garcia, though. Do you know what, Alex? You're right. Even though I can understand potentially why maybe Alex Garcia could move on, Alex, I do agree it's upsetting. Eric Garcia is a fantastic footballer. More than that, Eric Garcia is a fantastic person as well. He seems a very likeable, very intelligent lad. And also, I guess, the perception around this. We've got to bear in mind that Eric Garcia going is a blow to the academy to an extent. Like, it shows that some people just want to move on. Having said that, someone else raised a good point earlier. Sometimes the better you get, the more likely it is that players will leave. You know, you got more high quality young players going, and some are going to go. It's definitely sad though, I agree, but I think largely it might be one of those moves that benefits every single party. Why is it not refreshing? I want my sub count to refresh sub count. It's just not changing. But my app says I'm at 38,000, so that's very frustrating. But I am there apparently, and we'll have a 38,000 subscriber party when it decides to switch over, which is just frustrating. Switch over. But this is interesting news. Once again, thank you, by the way, everyone, for all the support. You've all been overwhelmingly nice recently, and hopefully you're all enjoying these live streams. The match preview will be coming up later, by the way. I have got a match preview coming up, and at the start, there's going to be another one of those 888 Sport videos. So when that 888 Sport video goes live, go over there, subscribe to them, and also give me a big load of love, because it'll be great. And everyone probably slagging me off because I wear glasses, because a bunch of people saying I'm a nerd because I wear glasses, apparently. Whatever. They don't know shit. So when that video goes live later, go and do that. Largely though, this Eric Garcia news feels a little bit like balance, doesn't it? You know, we've had so much good news recently that we have to accept that one or two players are going to leave every now and then. It is what it is. Shrinath saying Sancho, Garcia, Leroy all gone for peanuts. I agree. You got to bear in mind, Sancho, by the way, was 16 when he left Manchester City. He was literally just 16, turning 17. Then we got 7 million for him, and we're going to get like another 15 million from him. So we've got 20 odd million for a guy who'd never been around the first team. Garcia, I reckon we'll get for 20 odd million as well. Leroy, 50 odd. It's peanuts to an extent, but it's also not nothing, you know. It's like we're going to get best part of 100 million out of all these players. But when you put it that way, it's not too bad. We've made a massive profit in all of them. Yes, of course, their market value individually has ended up being a lot higher. But, you know, it's not too bad. To get Eric Garcia's played a handful of games, and we're going to make a massive profit on him. Sancho, we made a massive profit on. Obviously, he's ended up being worth an awful lot more, but that is just life, unfortunately. It's not like we've lost money on these. Potentially, we have lost money, mate, but there's no guarantee. Once again, by the way, Mudgies, thank you very much for your lovely message. I really appreciate it. This is interesting, of course. Oh, it's gone up. 38,000. We're there on the stream. Round of applause to absolutely everyone involved. 38,000 subscribers. Guys, I've had like 3,000 new subscribers this month. It's been overwhelming. We are closing in on 40,000, and I can't wait to get to 40,000. Then we're going to aim for 50k, and we're going to get there by the end of this year. I'm determined to get there. There'll be a watch-along, by the way, tomorrow night, so hopefully we can all get together and chat shit. So book that time in your calendars, and we'll get that watch-along tomorrow night. Thank you very much to everyone who subscribed. I literally could not do it without you. Aiden Grice, such a shame. Reckon this will give players like Tosin a chance, though. It is a shame, Aiden. And quite possibly, it will give them a chance. Aiden, back again, Steve. Thank you very, very much, pal. Everyone else celebrating there. And thank you for all congrats from Ghost, from Chris, to George, and to Rock Lee as well. They're all absolute legends. I love you all loads. Thank you very, very much for the support. Guys, this has been loads of fun. 30 minutes is my limit at the moment. My chest is a little bit tight. I've also got a VGC video to go and do. I don't know why my chest is so tight, by the way. I spoke to a doctor, by the way. I know a lot of people are saying it. You think it's a bit of costochondritis, which is like inflamed chest muscles from all the talking and a little bit of stress and everything else. I don't know why, but I'm okay, don't worry. I feel totally fine. I'm not short of breath or anything like that. It's just, I think I've got a bit of inflamed chest. LG and Cal, thank you very much for the unicorn, pal. And you're all absolute heroes. You just got here, Aiden. Oh, I'm so sorry, pal. But I've got to go. I've got to do a VGC video as well. And also, I've got to record the preview video for later on. But I will be back later on with another video. It'll be a preview. It won't be a live video. But I've enjoyed chatting to you all loads. Hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. We will get through this Eric Garcia loss. And it'll be good fun. Guys, love you all loads. See you later for another video. In a bit.